Alright, hey guys, so this is what a pretty typical level 3 hoarder home looks like. And today I'm actually going to clean it up for this person for 100% free. This is what the kitchen looks like, pretty well organized compared to what I've seen in the past, but it will require some really hardcore cleaning, so we'll just worry about that part later. Here's what the living room looks like. Not too bad, but the furniture is soaked in urine and that's a problem. Not sure what this room is called, so poop room it is. This is what the den looks like, and this is what the office looks like. I'm actually really excited for this room to get clean. This is going to look really good. This is bathroom number 1. This will definitely take some work. This is the master bedroom. Honestly, not that bad. And this is what the master bathroom sink looks like, and that's kind of bad. And the master bathroom toilet, or lack of toilet, because we got rid of that stinky thing. Now this house is actually massive. We also got a downstairs room we got to clean, a downstairs living room, and then a downstairs working out room. This room was literally covered in rat feces. I'm pretty sure this is where the rats were starting to nest. As well as upstairs bedroom number 1 and bathroom with whatever the heck this stuff is. And upstairs bedroom number 2 with stuff on the staircase to clean up as well. So starting off here, we're getting right into the thick of it and going headfirst into this kitchen with some shovels and some bags. Honestly, I think it's the superior way of cleaning up hoards when a lot of trash is involved, because you can get through it like 5 times faster versus just using your hands. One of the things you pick up doing this job after so many years is just ways to do things faster with less effort. That's kind of like the name of the game here. Once we got the floor cleared, we went ahead and started tossing all the stuff on the counters because they were contaminated with bugs, and in less than 30 minutes from start time, these lads had already cleared all the trash, and I just swept off the counter to get it ready for some cleaning. Next was to basically begin work on the poo-poo caca room, and what was wild about this is that the guys I hired out to help me on this project were just tough as hell. I was spending like 10 minutes gearing up myself and my equipment because I was a little grossed out by the sheer volume of feces, but these guys had already done like half of the work by the time I was ready to go in there. Now obviously this room had way too much bio in the carpet, so that thing got removed super fast. And before I knew it, this room was pretty much done now that everything's cleared out. I gave it a quick sweep and doused this room with some Funk Away because, man, this was literally the smelliest room in the entire house. This spray will pretty much just neutralize any of the odor molecules that are still left in the air, so it's my favorite to bring on job sites like this one. For me, I just work faster if I'm not constantly smelling the intense odors of the projects that I'm working on. Next was to get working on the living room and begin cleaning out all the urine-soaked furniture. The problem we ran into with this though was that these couches were simply not fitting through the doorways. Screwing off all the pegs usually does the trick, but even with that, we had to do a bunch of weird geometry to get these guys to the dumpster. Which, can we talk about? Because like, look how cute and small they are. I've never seen dumpster cubes like this delivered before, and honestly, I was a little bit nervous when I first saw them because I was like, how am I going to get this job done? These are way too small, but we ended up being able to fit everything in, so that was clutch. But after that got dumped, we did some finishing touches out here, picking up the rest of the trash and giving it a quick vacuum with a Majestic surface cleaner. These guys actually donated this product to me for this job site, so big shout out to Filter Queen for providing me top-notch equipment to make these jobs easier on me. Next on the to-do list was getting this den fixed up. The hard part about getting this room done was simply the fact that most of the stuff in there were keep items. Luckily, we had just cleared a ton of space in the living room behind us, so we did some rearranging, and that allowed us to get in with a scoop, get up all the bio, and vacuum up all the debris. It was super satisfying, and before we knew it, we were able to get this place from looking like this to like this, so that's also pretty cool. After that, we went ahead and began work on the bathroom. This room had a bit of a feces explosion at some point, and there was also a bag in the tub they said to just throw out immediately, so I don't even want to know what was in there. But the way this place even got to this point is actually because the person living here is fairly old and has a difficult time taking care of himself. This is insanely common actually as people age. It can kind of come out of nowhere too, and it's typically the adult children who end up finding out that their loved one has been living like this and call people like me to help make things better for them. So make sure to check in with your parents and loved ones. It's a good thing to stay in touch and make sure you're not dealing with any situation like this in the near future. So once this bathroom had all the trash taken out and was prepped for cleaning, we went straight into the office room and began taking out the trash. This room was especially difficult because there was a good amount of trash items intermixed with the stuff they really wanted to keep. Things like that can be challenging because you have to go slow and make sure you're not accidentally tossing any valuables. It's a very tedious process. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it kind of is just what's required of the job on a lot of occasions. What makes these projects always go super well for people like me in this industry is trust. Like, bottom line, it's just got to be all about trust. You got to slow down and you got to show the client that you care about their valuables just as much as they do. Hoarding disorder typically means that you have a pretty bad anxiety about valuable things just being wasted. So telling your client that you're not just going to walk in and start tossing things immediately is really important. And that's a lot easier said than done, because when you do get in there, sometimes you just want to start shoveling everything out. And depending on the client, that might be okay with them. But what I typically do is just show them my workflow, ask a lot of questions, and that really helps me understand what their valuable things are, and then I just built trust with them through that. After the office got cleared out, we did the toilet from the master bathroom and just plopped it in the dumpster. This room was really stinking, so we plugged up that hole and gave that funk away a good spray all throughout to kill the odor. We bagged up the remaining trash in there and got underway with the upstairs bedroom number 2. This one was fairly simple and easy. All we had to do pretty much was take out the trash and this tabletop desk thingy out into the dumpster, and this certainly helped clear up a lot of space, and we were just able to give it a good vacuum, and now this room is done, so that's pretty exciting. Upstairs bedroom 1 was also pretty easy too, and we got it from looking like this to this, which I think is pretty nice. Same thing with the staircase, we were able to unload all of that as well. Now we enter the downstairs part of the house where we got some oatmeal stacking up here. So we're just going to knock it down very dramatically for the video, but not actually record it. So here we are using shovels on everything because we got permission to throw out essentially everything, which is great. We can work a lot faster with stuff like that. But eventually we got the table sorted and cleared out, and we were able to get rid of any last remaining pieces of trash in this room to get it completely done. The downstairs living room looked pretty rough too, but it was a lot of paper scattered everywhere. So we just lifted up the couches and scooped everything up, which got the living room from this to this, which is pretty nice. Last room for the day was this workout room, and this was rough because as we started getting closer to this corner of the room, we started to hear rustling, which is never a good sign. As we got closer, a rat actually popped out and surprised us all, which happens pretty often actually. But now that this room is cleaned out, let's go ahead and jump over to day number 2, where all we're doing is cleaning today. Starting off with one of the most intense sinks I've ever seen in quite a while. We're gonna go straight in with that Scrub Daddy Power Paste. This sink has seen years of gunk buildup, and for stuff like that, I figured Power Paste might be a good move. We also used this paste for the countertops, and that ended up working out really well too. I mean, just check out this before and after shot. It's kind of amazing. I clearly can't take credit for how good the sink looks because my guy Angel spent like his entire morning doing the deep clean here in the kitchen, so kudos to him. But now we are beginning to clean the hallway bathroom. I was so stoked to find out that they had a family friend in town that was willing to install new toilets for them because the bathrooms look so much better now because of it. The tub is actually like usable now, and the sink is just phenomenal. We did a lot of vacuuming this day, and honestly, it was my favorite thing to clean throughout this whole project. Something about vacuuming is awfully therapeutic, but don't forget to empty out your filter queen. I made that mistake and had to cool down the motor for a while, but what came out of it was this giant freaking hairball, so I guess that's kind of cool. Master bathroom was going to be a lot of fun to clean, so I offered it to Brian to do because he just seemed so excited to do it. We scooped up some trash and used our spin mop to clean up the tub and floor, and with a new toilet in there, honestly, I can say it looks like a good start. The feces stained on the drywall though, I mean, that's really just going to get torn out or painted over, and we really don't have time for that in this scope of work. But like I said, it's a good start for them, and it looks a lot better, so. We did our final touches in the kitchen, scooping up our massacre of Scrub Daddy sponges and giving it a good deep clean with our spin mop, which is actually super fun to use. I love this thing. These guys also donated their spin mop to me for this project, so shout out to them as well. But yeah, no, for the finished results, we got the kitchen that originally looked like this with tons of trash and probably the filthiest sink I've ever seen, all the way to this. Pretty excited about that. I'm just in love with the way this kitchen looks like. Brian's crew just did a phenomenal job on this, honestly. This room eventually became a no poop room, so that's pretty exciting. Living room went from urine-soaked furniture to something you could actually chill at, so that's pretty cool. The den used to look like this when we started, and now it looks pretty good, I'd say, especially with this natural lighting. The homeowners just want to get the carpets replaced though. I think that's a good idea. Carpet cleaners typically don't resolve years of embedded urine and feces. So when this carpet gets replaced, this will look like a new home. The office started like this with a lot of trash, and we're able to get it looking like this by the end. It's not super well organized, but at least the trash is gone, and it's a good start for them. Master bedroom went really well. We got it from this to this, which is great. Clearing out that Christmas tree really opened up a lot of space around the back here. But yeah, to finish up, I'm just gonna plop some odor absorbers around the house, and I'll make sure to see you guys in the next video.